This is question 23 from the 2013 non-calculator paper. Three friends share a job. They share their total pay based on the number of days each worked. Now, Jake worked 1 day, Ryan worked 4 days, and Matt worked 2 days. This week, their total pay is $420. What is Matt's share? I'll pause the video. You can pause the video, to try the question. Okay, now this question is a ratio question, and an easy way to do it, or a way that I like to do it, is to set up a table to show all the quantities, or to summarize the information in the question. So what we've got, Jake, Ryan and Matt. So the way you set up the table, you put the names of the people up the top and you put a total column. Then you'll put the ratio on the next row and anything about pay on the row below it. So from the question, we know that Jake's part is 1. Jake worked 1 day, Ryan worked 4 days, and Matt worked 2 days. So the total parts between Jake, Ryan and Matt, we add these up, we get 1 plus 4 is 5 plus 2 is 7. So we've got 7 parts in total. Now we're told that the total pay is $420. So $420 needs to go underneath one of these ratio numbers here. Because the total of everyone's pay is $420, it goes underneath the total. Now we look at the table and we know that 7 parts is equal to $420. So to work out one part, we would do 420 divided by 7, which is $60. So in other words, to go from the 7 to the 420, to go from the first row of the table to the second row of the table, so to go from 7 to 420, what you would do, you would multiply by 60. Okay, I'll just fix that up. So like I said again, to go from the top row of the table to the bottom row, 7 times 60 gives us 420. So we do the same for all of these other ratios. So to work out Matt's share, we go 2 times 60. Now 2 times 60 is 120. So we'll put 120 in here. So our answer is going to be 120. So I've put the 120 in here. Now we could also work out Jake and Ryan's share of the pay, even though it's not required for this question, just to show you how this method works. So to go from the first row down to the second row, we go 1 times 60. So because Jake's got 1 share of the pay, he gets $60. Also, we could work out Ryan's section of the pay. So 4 times 60 would be $240. And we could add these 3 pays at the bottom. $60 plus $240 is $300, plus $120 from Matt gives a total of $420. And that shows how this whole table works out as well. This is question 24 of the 2013 NAPLAN non-calculator paper. The question is, what is the area of the grey part of the shape? So that's the shaded area. You can pause the video and try the question. Now, the way that we can find the shaded area, we can find the area of the large triangle and take away the area of the small white triangle. So to be able to do that, we should first look at how we work out the area of the triangle, or area of a triangle. An area of a triangle is half the base times the perpendicular height. Now, if we turn this particular triangle around, like you can flip it around if you want, this, as long as the base and the perpendicular height, they must be at right angles to each other. So the base of this triangle, you could say, is 10 and its perpendicular height is 10. That's with the large triangle. Same with the small triangle. The base is 4 and the perpendicular height is also 4. Look, I can turn this triangle around and you can see that. So the big triangle, the base here is 10, perpendicular height is 10, and with the smaller triangle, the base is 4 and the perpendicular height is also 4. Now I'll just turn it back around. Okay, so to find the shaded area, we'll do the large triangle, area of the large triangle minus the area of the small triangle, and I'll just bring that in here. So the shaded area is area of the large triangle minus area of the small triangle. Now the area of the large triangle is a half times 10 times 10, so we've got that there, minus the area of the small triangle, sorry, I've made a little mistake here, is a half of 4 times 4, which is, so we'll work those out now, so a half of 10 times 10, so a half of 10 is 5, 5 times 10 is 50, and with the second small triangle, a half of 4 is 2, and 2 times 4 is 8. The other way you can do it is 4 times 4 is 16, and a half of 16 is 8. And so therefore, the shaded area will be 50 minus 8, which is 42. So we'll just put that answer there in the box. It's 42 square centimetres. And that's question 24. Okay, this is question 25 of the 2013 non-calculator paper. Okay, Ruby joined some tiles together to make lines of different lengths. So she's got 3 tiles here, 1, 2, 3, and that's 10 centimetres long. And she's got 6 tiles here in the second shape. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And that shape is 18 centimetres long. Notice that this second shape, the ends are straight down. And with the first shape, this first end here goes straight down, but this end here there's a gap missing there. So Ruby follows the same pattern to make a line that is 60 centimetres long. So we see these first 3 tiles, and that's these first 3 tiles here, and then we can see the next tile goes upside down. So we have a tile that's upright and then a tile that's upside down. L shape, upside down L. L shape, upside down L. That way all the tiles fit together. So she follows the same pattern to make a line that's 60 centimetres long. How many tiles are in this line? You can pause the video and try the question. Now let's work with this 18 centimetres first. So if we do 18 centimetres and another 18 centimetres, so 18 centimetres we know is 6 tiles, okay? Then let's add another 18 centimetres because we're trying to get 60 centimetres. So 18 centimetres is 6 tiles. Another 18 centimetres, say, added on here would be another 6 tiles. So far we've got 12 tiles. And 36 centimetres. So far we've got 36 centimetres and 12 tiles. Then if we add another 18 centimetres, we'll have 54 centimetres and a total of 6, 12, 18 tiles so far. Okay. And we now need to see what we still need. Okay. So what we still need, we've got 54 centimetres, we need another 6 centimetres. So let's look at this first shape up here. If this whole thing is 10 centimetres, then this bit up here is 2 centimetres, so is this little length there, it's 2 centimetres. Now I'll mark those in. So this little length up here that I've got in red is 2 centimetres. This length here, down here, is actually 4 centimetres down here, because we've got 4 plus this little bit here is 2, and this other bit here is also 4. So 4 plus 2 plus this other 4 gives me 6 centimetres. So 6 centimetres is actually 2 tiles joined together. So these 2 tiles here, that one there, 4 centimetres along the bottom, and this tile here that's upside down, those 2 tiles make a length of 6 centimetres. So we'll now add another 2 tiles again. So we're adding another 6 centimetres there, which is 2 tiles. So all in total, we have 54 plus another 6 is 60 centimetres, and we have 20 tiles so far. So if we add up all those, we get 60 centimetres, and if we add up all these tiles, 6, 12, 18, 20 tiles, we'll end up with 20 tiles. So the answer is 20 tiles. And that's the end of question 25. Now for question 26 of the 2013 non-calculator paper. Okay, Emily drew a picture of a building. It shows a view of the building from the north. So this is north here. Which of these is a view of the building from the east? Okay, you can pause the video and try the question. Now, if this front bit is north, then the back bit here must be south. So I've drawn a little compass here where I've got north, south, east, west. Now, at the moment, south is down here. So I'm going to turn this compass around and bring this over here. So on my diagram, if we're looking at this from the north, then this is north. This is south back here, if we looked at it from there. So looking at it from the east, I would be looking over here. And the first thing, if I'm looking at it from the east, I would see this cylinder type thing straight in front of me. So the answer to this question must be this first dot here. Now, just when we look at this shape from the north, we're actually looking at the corner of the shape. If we were looking from the south, we'd be looking back at that corner. If we're looking from the east, we would be looking into this corner of the shape. And if we're looking from the west, we'd be looking at that corner of the shape. Now, this question is a little bit different to some other questions that you might see because looking at it from the north, we're actually looking at the corner of the shape rather than at the front, at one of the faces front on. So you just have to keep that in mind. Now for question 27 of the 2013 non-calculator paper. We have this graph here, which can be used to approximately convert miles to kilometres. And using the graph, we have to work out that a distance of 5 miles is closest to one of those answers here. Now, just looking at the graph, the only information we can really see is that 3 miles is equal to 4.8 kilometres. So using that information, you can try and do the question. So pause the video. So let's start with the information that we've got. So we know that 3 miles is equal to 4.8 kilometres. We're trying to work out what 5 miles is closest to. So we're going to use a method called the unitary method. We know what 3 miles is equal to, so let's work out what 1 mile is equal to. Now, to go from 3 miles to 1 mile, you would divide by 3, so we'll just put that in. And so we would also divide the 4.8 kilometres by 3, and then we could work out what 1 mile is equal to. So 3 miles divided by 3 is 1 mile, and 1.8 divided by 3 is 1.6 kilometres. Now that we know that 1 mile equals 1.6 kilometres, we can work out what 5 miles is equal to. Again, if 1 mile is 1.6 kilometres, how do we go from 1 to 5 miles? We would multiply by 5. So multiplying 1 mile by 5 and the 1.6 kilometres by 5, we get 1 times 5 is 5 miles, and 1.6 times 5 is 8 kilometres.